Hello. Hello, hello. It's that time. It's Wednesday. Hi. How is everyone today? Maybe Scallywags friends. I got a girl kiddo sitting in the back, so she's background. Woo! Hey, Solus, how's it going? How is it hanging? My friend, listen, I realize it's hot, but I really wanted to be cozy this evening because, I don't know. I feel, this is going to sound really weird. I feel my pretty. Why am I muted? I hate this. How's everyone's day? I thought I had unmuted. I guess I accidentally muted myself. How are you? How is everyone? I was saying, I know it's warm outside. It got like to in the 90s today, but you know, I'm wanting to feel cozy, so I'm wearing a hoodie. Um, and yeah. As I was saying before I somehow muted myself, just a typical day driving around. Nice. I mean, yeah, you know, not every day can be like, ooh, ah. You know, sometimes your days just have to be okay. Anyways, my day's just been a weirdly chaotic. Which, what day is it? But, so I was wearing like real clothes, but I said, you know what? I want to feel nice. So I'm putting on a hoodie. So I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm wearing the Noob Supreme hoodie. So yeah, it's been a day for sure. Mostly with my kids. It's been a day. Girl kiddo woke up. I was like, oh, I don't feel good. My stomach hurts and I have a headache. And I was like, okay, you know what? Fine. You can stay home. And I didn't broadcast that to my son. And we had a good morning. Everything was going good. And then like I got a text from the assistant principal that's like, hey, so something happened at school. He's chill now, but he said he was really tired. I need someone to come pick him up. I was like, I go to lunch in an hour. So I had to pick him up early, and then he was pretty emotional, which is nothing wrong with being emotional. Like, I picked him up early, and I told him, hey, you're not in trouble. Whatever happened, happened. Tomorrow's a new day, and we're just going to reset. And then got home, and he was very emotional. It's just gonna be the only way that I can describe it. Like, he was just getting upset, and at one point he was crying, and I'm like, my love, what's wrong? You know, so then that got like me like trying to like work and regulate two kids, because by this time my daughter is feeling fine and she's kind of poking the little 8-year-old bear, so the 11-year-old poking my 7-year-old. It's like meet, 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 meet. So I am a bit tired. And then I got in my head, and then I got a message last minute from someone at work, and I was like, fucking hell, my dudes. What the shit? It's been a day. It's been a weird one for sure. But we got that all out of our system. We are cozy. We are comfy. I apologize. I don't have an interesting drink. I'm only drinking water this evening. I don't have any wine. I want ginger beer to go with my liquor. I don't have that. I don't have any beer. So I don't have any interesting drink. So I probably need to drink more water anyways. So we're just having water. But Solus, I'm glad you had an okay day. I know you had mentioned an issue with your tire. I'm glad that you're safe and the tire situation hopefully has been straightened out. So, anyways, but yeah, so for everyone who's coming in, I apologize ahead of time. I apologize for that weird venting session. And just ugh. So got my yes, it was handled. Felt so good to drive on the interstate again. Yeah, no joke. Yeah, spare tires. Donuts are just as scary to drive, like the donut tires. They're just as scary to drive on as like if you're having an issue with the actual tire, you know. You're just like, oh, oh boy. Yeah. So I'll have to check. I'll probably need to look into sort of just kind of keep an eye. Like, my tires look good, but I don't want them to like it be fucking winter and then I have bald tires. But I wouldn't be going far. Probably like going to and from the school and stuff. I only got follower emails until my Prime 7. Well, what? That's weird. Strange. Yeah, you'll have to renew that. Gotta renew the Prime sub. Yeah, anyways, end of the month. We've reached the end of August. Time has gone by so fast. And, I feel like it's definitely gotten away from me. I have so many plans. Like, I was so on top of shit in July, and then August hit, and it just went, you know? So hopefully I can get back on track with a few things, like, you know, with like my audio recordings and making stuff for YouTube. Will and I were talking about, I also want to get like a really nice, like an actual camera, like a really nice digital camera to take photographs with, and just take some really nice pictures and also to do videos off of. So it's an investment, like those sorts of things. All this stuff is an investment. So it's just trying to like figure out where that can all be squeezed into. And I know we will reach out to a reno, like a bathroom kitchen reno company here. And I guess we're waiting to hear back from that, because I feel part of the reason I feel discombobulated is because of this. Like, I hate working out in the living room. So that's also another thing as well. I don't feel like I can like properly do other things out in the living room. I just need my space. I need my desk put back together. I need the leak fixed so I can be next to all my witchy stuff and do all of that. It's how I feel. I feel inspired when I'm like around my things, like, you know, and I'm not around my things right now, so I feel a little bit off. But we're here. Oh my god, camera. Ooh. We're here. Look, we're gonna work on trying to translate this to this. I love how my nails look, by the way. I can't get over them. They're fantastic. So yeah, so we're gonna work on, that's what we're doing now. We've done our sketch, our placement, you know, where we think everything's gonna go. And I guess I'm a little bittersweet. It's a little bittersweet that like this is coming to an end. You know, I feel like this has definitely challenged me and I feel like what I'm capable of doing. It's got me outside of my comfort zone, which is always good. Hey, Replica! How's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I saw where you followed the other day. Like, I didn't realize. I was like, oh, Replica followed. How are you, my friend? Welcome in. So, yeah, we're just getting started. I was ranting a little bit about my day, and now we're gonna jump in and officially start on our drawing here. So, anywho's, got my pencils here. Like I said, this is a mix, but we're gonna probably start off with, I think we'll start off with the HB. Bloop. If we need to, we'll change things up. So, man, lighting feels weird. Does the lighting feel weird to anyone else? It feels just a little bit. Oh, I know what it is, because I have a light panel pointed down to be able to see the paper. Okay. I figured it out on my own. What fell? I think that was an eraser thing, or a sharpener. But let's see. I have had Mary on a cross in my head for the past like 3 or 4 days. It's just that song over and over again. You go down just like Golden Mary. Okay, I don't know where my shorter ruler is. It has grown legs and walked away, so we're just gonna do the best here. This is just, like I said, it's a little too tall. It's generally what I like. Just like that. And then I think maybe we'll do about here. We're working on, the first thing we're doing is making our little vignette window, which will house the, can't see that, which will be the little, be where Famine will live, where Famine will reside, in her little vignette. should give us plenty of space, hopefully, to be able to Final Fantasy obsessed. So what do you mean? So I am a Lancer or Dragoon. So my main is a Dragoon. I'm a Vieira. So, but currently I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. It's just because it's such a huge... I'm just really loving it. I've been playing it on stream for, like, I've realized now, about a year. And it's just a fun way to escape and have fun. But I love all of them. My favorite Final Fantasy game... There you go. Yeah, my favorite Final Fantasy game, though, is probably Final Fantasy 12. Because goddamn, I love that game. It's just such a beautiful story, and I really love the... I just really enjoy the storyline and the art for a Final Fantasy, for a PlayStation 2 game. It is a PlayStation 2 era game. It's still such a beautiful game. I don't get tired of playing it. Maybe I should make that a little bit wider. We'll lay it out. We'll see. We'll lay it out and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I love... Yeah, but 14's hella fun. I play around with I'm trying to like get used to Red Mage. Red Mage kind of flubs me up a bit, but I really also but Samurai is, I'm pretty good. I like 12 had all the aspects of 11. Yeah, I never played 11. Like 14 is like my first venture into sort of like the Final Fantasy MMOs. I've always just been about sort of like the main, you know, just like sort of the main console games. So I just love them so much. We're just gonna draw a line there. But yeah, 10 holds a special place in my heart because it was my first Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy X was my very first Final Fantasy game, and so it was my first introduction, and yeah, I just love it. I do want to go back and like sort of revisit a lot of the older games. Woo! I got you on my TV. Oh my gosh, I'm on the TV. Look at me. That'd be pretty big. Wow. That is terrible. I will fix that. There we go. When you a lefty all the way. This way I can multitask. Nice. I started 14 in one point. So I'm a boomer. You're definitely... Yeah, I didn't start playing it until I saw Alcorin playing it, and he was like, yeah, this game's been around forever. It was during the whole, because I had contemplated maybe getting back into WoW, because I haven't played WoW for fucking ever. But then I saw him play, I was like, oh, holy shit, I totally forgot, this game exists. Hell yeah. So I've just been loving it and having so much fun. Okay, cool. That looks all right. All right, so we have our little vignette window down. So what we probably want to do first is sketch out our tree. But yeah, I love it. I'm still in technically a Realm Reborn, sort of like phase 2 of a Realm Reborn. The game's just so big, but I'm okay with it because it's a beautiful game, great storyline. I don't tire of it. Yeah, it's definitely where I'm like, oh, I just want to get through a Realm Reborn. So get me through a Realm Reborn. Yeah, the story's great. I think that's why I just definitely prefer just a good story. It's just a lovely. I'm never disappointed in a Final Fantasy story. You know, I know people I know people had issues with Final Fantasy 15, but I still loved it. I get why you know. But also, if I'm being honest, I really loved the like the movie that they released alongside Final Fantasy 15, sort of that like what was going on in Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive. I loved that. Like, I was far more interested in like that storyline, though. To be honest, I was like, why can't we have a game about this? Like, this guy is a really interesting Nyx. He's such an interesting character, and I don't know. He was just such a. It was just so good. You know, I could talk about Final Fantasy forever. It's just so good. I'm just trying to get my tree base here. I don't know if you saw, Rebecca. So what I'm doing is I sketched this on Sunday night. So this is my representation of Famine from the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So I sketched this on Sunday, and we are going to transplant it onto this tan-toned paper, and it'll go. This is the final one in the series. I've already done Death, War, and Pestilence. So. "15 was rough, called the development disconnect. I think that's why they had Two Kings and the mini stories." Yeah, and I was totally fine. I really enjoyed Kingsglaive. I think it was just I think it provided a really great background. I think more depth to the story, but I can definitely understand why they're like, oh shit, we gotta get something out to somebody. You know, like, we gotta get something out. You know. Yeah. But again, I get it though. Of the Crystal Tools failure. By the way, Wolf's makeup was awesome on Sunday. Thank you. You know what? I try. I'm not very good at doing makeup on other people, so I'm glad it turned out okay. I can put makeup on my face all dang day. Testing on Crystal Tools was horrible. Yeah. I was just, I can see, like, with a game like that, the kind of the time it took to in sort of all the, yeah, I can see it. I do know for sure, if I'm being real honest, I kind of, for a very short while, got pulled out of Final Fantasy because of Lightning Returns. I was like, I couldn't even get through the game. I was like, I can't do this. I got stuck, and I was like, ah. And I really loved Final Fantasy 13. It just sucks that, you know, Lightning Returns was not, I don't know. It just wasn't what I hoped it would be. And I know that's just like me being one person and nobody on the internet complaining, but still. Definitely looked fabulous. Thank you. Yeah, he had a lot of fun. He had a lot of fun during that stream. I couldn't stick around. Like, I couldn't hang out, unfortunately, due to having other, yeah, family obligations, and someone's got to keep kids in check. You know. So that's what I had to do. But yeah, he had a ton of fun, and for me, that's all that matters. And I was happy to oblige, putting on his makeup. Yeah, because he did the Screamathon, his birthday stream with Visage, and I caught a little bit of that, and I was like, if you need me for anything, let me know. But I can't watch this game. I know he ended up finishing it though. So, and then he did the Fortnite stream on Sunday. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. He had a lot of fun. And a lot of that is because of y'all. So thank you so much for supporting him and supporting me. I genuinely enjoy streaming. It's just a way for me to disconnect from, you know, from the world. This one might actually take a while. We might not actually get done with... Oh, we might get done with fully sketching it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty tired this evening. Like I said, I had a... I contemplated sending this message, a response to someone after I'd kind of logged off of my work PC. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. And you guys can't see what I'm doing. Fuck! What am I doing? I'm a professional. Not really. Yeah. I was just like, Starkey! Yeah. Yeah, we actually, for a while, we did the PC through Wi-Fi, and our internet in this area is not the greatest for whatever reason, and so it wasn't until we hardwired the Ethernet cable did things sort of clear up and became a little bit easier to handle. Got a gnarly looking tree here. Try not to like press too hard here on the old paper. Now I'm just like daydreaming of Final Fantasy and when I can play it again. Give me Final Fantasy. There we go. So we have our gnarly looking tree here. I don't want to put I may add some more branches down here. We'll see. It just depends on the scale of Famine and how big we end up making her. So Ugh, ugh. But yeah. I know Will was I know that he's got an IRL stream that he has to plan. And I have to start getting my stuff together between I try and get my stuff together for my Final Fantasy 14 cosplay food and drink stream. Multitasking between Twitch 14 and FL Studio at the moment. Hey, no problem, my dude. I get it. I do that at work. Whenever if you ever like see me in like kind of like pop up in a Twitch stream, more than likely I'm working. That is my current work situation. I'm not happy about it. I'm working. So it's like multitasking while hanging out in the old Twitch.teletubes. So maybe we'll start down here. I think probably will provide a little bit better scale of how tall. Okay, there's the bottom, so that seems normal. Here's the top. Work, ew. All right, fuck work. Hello, Steven! Hello, my friend. Heathen of the South, my IRL friend who I fucking miss your face. How are you? I miss you, my friend. How have you been? I hope you have been well. I hope. My twin! Yes. He's been free ranging. Aww. Aww. Oh, look at my nails. Look, Steven. They probably need to fill. Look how pretty they are. Look, that's an eyeball. How cool is that? Focus, goddamn you. I love it. I am terrible at. It's a good thing these aren't like. She did great, did she not? She's fantastic. Yeah, the golden type. She used to have an Etsy shop. She's where I got like I got a lot of stuff for like a lot of my witchy accoutrements. So like my jars and altar tray and t-shirt. I have like t-shirt stuff like that. But she's closed shop because she's like, I'm fucking burned out. I'm closing down my Etsy store. And yeah, she was like, I thought about changing my name, but like, I've been the golden type for 7 years. So yeah, she just kept the name, which I'm glad she did. I love the name, but yeah, she did a fantastic job. I sent her a picture and I was like, hey, I like this. She's like, okay, we can do that. So. draw a line where her hair is gonna be. But yeah, she did a great job. I love them. So I'll know. We'll see. I don't know what I'm gonna have her do next. We'll see. Her prices are she's like, I'm gonna up my prices eventually. But yeah, she's really cool. She's really cool as shit. She's so funny. She makes me laugh. Okay, so this line, this is just a hairline. That's just so that way I know where I'm gonna put the hair and I can draw the features here. Face is very long. I don't know how necessarily. Maybe we can cut that chin up a little bit. Well, then her head feels fucking small. Okay, let's fix that. Her head feels way too small. I gotta fix it. In comparison to the rest of her body, her head felt very small there. I think this one's gonna take a little bit longer than what I thought. Tell her you need a loyalty rewards program discount. I know, right? For sure. Ah, love it. We'll see what happens. But yeah. It was fun though. It's fun. Sort of like my treat myself. Treat yourself. About there with the mouth. I'll fix the mouth eventually. I just trying to like get the placement on everything right now. Give her sad eyebrows. And we're looking out upon the barren field. Okay. Yay! Alright, so that I'm gonna leave that as is, and we can kind of work around everything else. When are you going to Scotland again, my friend? In October. Oh, fucking yeah, that's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. I'm living vicariously through you. I'm very happy and very excited. Scotland's one of the places I've always wanted to visit. You know. Don't know is that I am terrible at drawing hands. I feel like I've mentioned this before in the past. Not very good. I'll be nervy the closer it gets. Oh, it'll be fun. It'll be fun, my friend. You are so young. You still have just. It'll be an amazing time. I'm so glad you're going. You know, it'll be something that you can just hold on to and have that experience for life, traveling internationally and all. No, absolutely. Listen, you want to know something? The last time I traveled internationally, let me tell you, I was 2. I have not been like, you know, I traveled out of the country when I was 6 months old, and I did not come back until I was 2 years old. So 2.5, 3. Because I take that back. Because my sisters were, I'm 18 months older than my sisters. So, but I think, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be fantastic. You know. It'll be such a beautiful experience. Literally traveling with professional photographers to get the hottest dating app pics. Hell yeah! Get it. Almost sounds like a military brat. Replica, you would be correct. My dad was in the Army, so my father is a retired Army major. So, but I am quite the boomer. I was born in Pennsylvania in the early 80s, and then we, you know what? We lived in Germany when the Berlin Wall was still up. There you go. When you still had East and West Germany. There's my boomer status. Right there. Last time I traveled international was the military. Yeah. My brother-in-law and my brother are both in the military. So, yeah. That's generally well. Oh, Replica! Thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome aboard, matey, scallywag, and friend. And farewell to ads and bad timing. Oh no! Oh, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. But yeah, so like my dad was in the military, so it's funny because I have an older brother, and my brother was born in Germany. And then they came back to the States. A few years later, your favorite pirate here came into the world, changed everything. And then, shortly after I was born, my dad got hauled back over to Germany, and my sisters were born there. So, none of my siblings, so my brother or my sisters who are twins, they weren't born in like a military hospital, like they were born in like a hospital. So yes, hello, Erin. Hello, my friend. Hello, Erin. Yeah, military all the way here. Air Force or Army? Army. Good old Army. And then when we moved back to the States, we were in New Jersey. And then where I'm at now, Oklahoma. I've been in Oklahoma since I was 4. So, yep, Army. Both my brother-in-law and my brother are both in the Army. Jersey, oh no. Yeah, it wasn't, we weren't there too long before my dad decided we needed to come to Oklahoma. I don't remember. I was quite young, so like I have this very distinct memory. Like my only really sort of distinct memory of when we lived in New Jersey was two things. One was a like little kiddie pool that we had, and I remember pushing my sister down the little slide, and there is photographic evidence to show that this was a thing that I did, because you see my little sister, like one of my sisters, like standing like on the little slide, and then like I'm behind her like this, and then next thing you know, I'm like standing up with my arms out, and she's like in the water like and then the other memory was that the base housing the base housing had like picnic tables, and like our picnic table was broken or something was wrong with it. And so my dad, like, I guess it was like a little duplex or whatever, the residence next door to us like was vacant, so my dad like went and like switched out the little picnic tables in our backyards. So those are really my only two memories of when we were living in New Jersey. Very oddly specific type things, you know, but there we are. And then yeah, like, and it's kind of a similar situation with Germany, because I was literally a baby. But I do have a couple sort of flashes that my parents do confirm. We're like, oh yeah, that was a thing. So we're just gonna keep it simple. Just gonna kind of keep it. So I didn't look up why pestilence has the scale. Not pestilence, famine. I didn't look up why famine, like iconography, has scales. I thought that was interesting. Anyways, yeah, good times. Good times being a military. I am an army brat through and through. Let's work on some hair. We got a bold figure here. Let's put some hair on her. But yeah. Kind of, you know. There we go. Nothing. Sorry. Trust the process. I have to tell that to myself all the time. Trust the motherfucking process. Famine scales are ways in which degree the food security are measured from situations in which the entire population is adequate. Makes sense. Steven, always here helping me look smart. That makes sense. I figured that was the case, but, you know, I don't want to assume. Notice it looks a little bit. There we go. We're gonna make her look a little. We are gonna make Famine look a little bit more drawn, a little bit more sort of hollow cheeked. Kind of just want to give her like a neutral mouth. I don't want to like make her look sad or anything. I think that's fine. Okay. So, yeah. But no, that makes sense. I guess I could have like fucking Googled that myself. Or put two and two together, you know. It's just, you know, I think the imagery between iconography is always very interesting, you know. As a Libra, do you feel drawn to the scale iconography? A little bit. I think so. Because it makes sense, you know, there's, you know, you try and, as a Libra, like for myself, we're getting all like, I strive for balance, and whenever things feel tipped, like one way or the other, I feel very manic. I'll just like, I mean, you can ask anyone, you know, ask Will. I get very manic when there is not that sense of balance in my life. And so I think the idea of Famine with the scales, you know, there isn't going to be balance. You know, the scales are always going to be tipped. So I think that's definitely like at least in my humblest rambling opinion. So. I don't know if any of that makes sense. Being in Aries, I'm stubborn as hell. Yeah. That's fair. Aries, listen. Is this something, I don't know. I think there's just something about Virgo here, and definitely an overthinker. Oh man, you and Heathen of the South, my IRL friend, will get along. I am naturally an overthinker, but I try and find, like, for me, it's just about like finding balance. You know, just finding that. You know, I don't like the scales being tipped either way, I suppose. Like, I'm always like, you know, if the scales are like, yay, I'm like, but we need these to be balanced. So I'm like, bloop. So then like self-sabotage and like self-doubt and hatred kick in until it's like, yes, we are at mediocrity. It's so fucking weird. Do something with the top of this little ruffly bit, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and pen outline, kind of get the pen laid down, the ink, lay down some ink, and kind of at least get that, and then we can go through and do what we do, because the tree is like the big bit that's going to be like off, of the vignette. So overthinker and an engineer, aka MS DOS boomer mode. oh, DOS. Holy shit, DOS. Ah! Oh. Aww.
Thito 26 TAPG love.
Look, love. Thank you so much for the resub. My friend. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I tend to I overthink. I think I am a Virgo moon though, so there's that. Hey, Ray Martinet. Hey, friend. How are you? How are you, Ray? How are you, my friend? I hope you're all right. Hopefully you're taking a breather, taking some time for yourself, doing something kind for yourself. Yes, Kermit. I put the Kermit emote just because. So, well, we all know why. Yeah, I hope everyone did something really nice for themselves today. No matter how big or small, you gotta do something for yourself today to make yourself smile. I'm assuming Steven does something for himself, does something kind for himself every day, because he is no longer, he's currently not bound by the corporate man. All right. I don't know. I think it just provides me all right, this is the point of no return. I have to do this. Same thing with her. With Famine. Unemployed life. Will and I were while we were eating dinner tonight. I told Will, I was like, I need a career change. And so we were talking about options and things we could look at and do, and we'll see. I do want to invest in guys can't see what I'm doing. I am so sorry. I think the angles are good, and then I'm like, well, they're not. I'm gonna be real on. Listen, who did I say this to? I said this to someone where I was like, listen, I know I just said something, and whatever your response is, Steven, it totally left my head. So I have no idea what you could be responding to. Ah, oh no. Oh, a career change. Yeah. So, just kind of looking into it, looking at things like kind of exploring options. Do I go back to school? Am I too old to go back to school? Yeah, career change. Because I was like, I don't want to leave and go to another, like, do the same industry, like, be in the same industry. So, we'll see. Definitely pays the bills. Bills, bills, bills. Can't pay my telephone bill. Can't pay my automobile. That's classic OG Destiny's Child there. But yeah, we're definitely going to like invest in like a really nice camera. But that may have to wait. Never too old, yeah. But yeah, you know, it's never too old. I mean, look at me doing this. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So we'll see. I don't know. I got a I have a bathroom I have to fix and remodel. So we'll see. I got a leaking shower pan that I have to get fixed. And then remodel the bathroom. So those things have to be taken care of first. So we'll see though. I was looking into some options. So you could even check out, that's what you're considering. Yeah, definitely. I've definitely looked at, all right, so this is, because I said, like, you know, I would like to think I have, like, a good eye for, you know, but I definitely looked at doing, like interior design, or, possibly going and doing something like, I thought about like cosmetology, so like, you know, esthetician, makeup, hair, that sort of thing. But then it's like, you know what, like, I'd still be dealing with people on a level that I'm not sure I would be happy with dealing with people on. So so I don't know. We'll see. I think it's hard to sort of be like nowadays to be able to do something where you're not interacting with people or general public. As much as I love my printer job, I want to finish my degree. Hell yeah. What is your degree, my friend? Or what were you working on? If you don't mind me asking, you do not have to share at all if you don't want to. Don't work for a municipality. My mother-in-law retired from the state. And right up near the end, she's like, get me out of here. Oh, IT network specialist, basically. Oh, wow, yeah. Definitely finish that up. My nephew is, I don't like how wide that is, so we're just gonna cut it off. My nephew is going to, he's going to university for cybersecurity. And he was gonna do video game development, but after talking with you do what you want to do, but at the same time it's like, well, I don't know, that's like a really hard field to sort of I think get your foot into. And he saw that, he's like, you know what, I can do video game development, but I'm gonna do cybersecurity. So he's doing cybersecurity right now, but I love it. My favorite thing is that he has a scholarship from his university for their esports team. So my nephew plays Smash Brothers for his university's esport team. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Want to move around. I will say that is the one thing I miss about any of the retail jobs I had, or the movie theater job. I'm sorry, I have a zit forming here. I think it's hormonal. So it's got that Shark Week. But it's just sort of the movement, What I like about my 60% field, 40% office, it's nice. I am 100% at an office. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that I now work from home because it definitely fits within my current life situation. And mostly that is surrounding my kids. So I'm totally okay with that. But that's I would love to be able to go out in the field and stuff like that, but I will say that I am grateful for having a work from home gig, This is every time I do this, I feel like, oh man, is this a mistake? We make it work. But yeah, because I know because I told Will I really want to get back into photography. I just everything now is digital. Work from home gig with a dope boss. Also, yes. Also, listen, I piss and moan about my industry and my actual job field, what I do, but I am so fucking lucky with my manager, with my boss, and the department I work in, it's a pain in the goddamn ass, but no one, I know for the most part, I got job security because no one wants to do our job, and two, do have a dope ass boss. Steven and I used to work together, so that's how we met. We met because we worked together, and so yeah, our boss is amazing. I had a conference call. We were talking about a file, and it was a fucking nightmare. And we're talking about it. She's like, hold on. And then she found something. She's like, no. bye. Fuck this. We're getting out of it. And I was like, oh, thank you. I don't have to call anyone. Good bosses, absolutely me. Because like you, 100%. A good boss definitely makes a difference between like a job that you're kind of having to be working with, you know. But yeah, like someone who has your back and works with you, you know, and if you're struggling, or sometimes I get frustrated for the company I work for, but like my boss, absolutely not. I feel like the music is loud. I remembered I turned it up and at the beginning and I forgot to turn it down. Sorry. Okay. All right, real quick, I realize I'm going to go take a 2-minute stand, stretch my leg, break, go to the bathroom break, check on my kids break, work from home with a boss you only hear from twice a week, chef's kiss. Hey, UXO guy. I really like my boss, so whatever she like sends me an IM that's like ping, I'm either like, okay, I'm either going to be asked to do something or I'm going to get some tea. So, hello, my friend. Okay, I promise I'll be right back. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna run to the bathroom. I'm gonna stretch my legs. I'm getting old. My geriatric millennial hips and knees and ankles are starting to get like all creaky. So, but I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Grab yourself a drink. Hydrate as well. Stretch your legs. Rest your eyes. But I'll be like 2 minutes. So I'll be right back. He's a sleepy cat. Little sweet sunshine cat. Just being a cat. Meow. Okay. So, I am back. Sorry it took a minute. I realized I had so many lights on in my house. I'm like, what are we doing here? And my son is still awake, of course. Like, I walk to like check on him and I just hear him from his room going, big chunkus, big chunkus. And I was like, and I just kind of go in. I was like, come on, bud. He's like, sorry, mom. And if you want to know, he also says prongles. Jeez. These kids today. Okay. Let's do a little bit more inking. But yes, work from home. Work from home, it ain't too bad. It has definitely its pros and cons. Pros being that I'm not driving to the office. I can wear pretty much whatever I want, you know. Sweats, don't want to wear sweats one day. Do want to dress like, don't want to put like on a real shirt, but like wear yoga pants because I may have to like be on camera. Who knows? But generally no. Oh, I got the rest of the home security system installed on Monday. So now my house is officially being ruled by the Google robot overlords. So, but I'm not mad. I like, we, on the, security footage, because we have a camera in the backyard, and we have a camera watching the cars. Like, the camera caught last night, the neighborhood skunk had somehow managed to make it into our backyard. So, that's cool. Needs to be a little bit more. She's much more delicate than the others, I've realized. It's drawn her very, very delicate. Like, Death is very, like, I don't want to say like Death is, the Death drawing, she's very, very soft, you know, but Famine feels very, I guess subconsciously, very fragile, you know? Like, really kind of delicate, soft features. Back with Beard, hell yeah, let's go. Hey, you know what? Here we go. Boop. Cheers. I don't have brewski this evening. I only have water because I am out of brewski. I don't have any wine, and I don't feel like drinking hard liquor. So, cheers. But water is good. I need to drink more water. That's what I need to do. Hell yeah. I love that little... I love a good cheers emote. So fantastic. if we can get this to focus. Here we go. Maybe. It's all about lighting with this camera, I think. I tried. It's just gonna... It's not the fan. What is your brewski of... What is your drink of choice, my friend? Replica. What is your drink of choice? I'm curious to know. I would like to know what folks are having. Table Allagash White. Nice. Sounds tasty. I was at Walmart last night and I almost like cruised over to the craft brewing section because I like getting like made in Oklahoma stuff, you know, support your local businesses. But then I was like, ugh, nothing over here sounds good. So I'll have to go to the liquor store at some point, probably this weekend. Focus, my friend. Focus. On something, on anything. We have too much macro here. Yeah, I usually, there's like a handful of brewing brands that I will stick to that are local, but yeah, not too many. Yeah, I try and like stick with them. Like, I've had you are delicious. Let's have you. Oh, I've had you are not so delicious. You know. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Oklahoma, I think, just recently like updated their very antiquated liquor laws. So, I think there's definitely been sort of like a boom of local brewing, like local brewers here. That was in 2018, though. We'll just make her black. We'll just fill in those eyes. She is, however, you know, Famine is a... You may take my senator back. Oh, God. Listen, I don't want any of my senators, okay? Okay. I don't want any of, like, if you're saying, like, here, take back, they're, no thank you. No thank you. I gotta deal with, I'm dealing with like my own representatives in the state. I'm good. I am good. Where are you? No. I'm just like really, I think is he retiring? I don't know. I don't know if Jim Inhofe is retiring, but he needs to just like, he's the worst. We are just hoping for the best with these hands. They are terrible, but that's okay. We all know I can't drive. He finally is. Now he's like 150. I mean, yes. Absolutely. Oh, Warren. Okay. She's alright. I think, I don't know. I'm very much like a, and I'm undeclared. Yeah, I'm very much like a leftist, not like a liberal. I think like there's like, yeah, I am registered independent here in Oklahoma, but I just think for the most part, like everyone's terrible. Like you have to sort of like go through and be like, all right, who best matches the values that the most, you know? And I think everyone wants to make promises, you know? Ray, come back! Where are you going? Come back to me! Come back to me! Ray! Please don't leave. Come back. Hello. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, I mean, if I mean, I voted for Warren and hoping, you know, but alas, did not. She didn't make it. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely should be that way. I agree. You have to just go through and say, all right, what do I believe in? Who are you? You know, so I definitely agree. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah. Yeah. Just try and do the best you can with what's available, you know. Get out there and do the best we can. All right. See if I can fix this here. Quickly drew these scales, so I'm not too sure how I feel about them, but they're here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Plastic Kitten, hi friend, how are you? Up late. Good thing Mellow's not here. She say, what are you doing awake? Hey, how are you? Optimus Prime. Ah! Oh my gosh, I'm getting caught up here in my mic cord here. My friend, how are you? Hey, lovely, I'm good. Probably going to bed early today. How's you? I'm doing all right. It's been a bit of a weird day, but you know, not too bad. I made it to stream. You know. It's been kind of a weird day with the kiddos today. Kids have just been so, but it's okay. Yeah, vibes, hanging out. Just working on Famine. That's all we're doing. That's all I'm trying to do. The last one. The last one in the Four Horsemen series. It's a little bittersweet, I have to say. Makes me a little sad to be like, oh, we're almost done. This is the last one. You know? Yeah, it will. It always happens where I get in my head, like literally right before I stream. And it's just mostly deals, like I like replay like the events of like my day. And then I'm like, and then like any little weird or what I perceive as like me saying or doing something weird. And I'm like, oh my God. And then it just gets in my head. Generally how my day tends to run. Oh, the pen put it in focus. God dang it. So, work itself wasn't terrible. Like I didn't deal with anyone saying that like they thought my voice was annoying, so that was really nice. Or no one said I was a terrible person today, so that's cool. Everyone was, for the most part, was like, you are so helpful, thank you so much. I'm like, just my job. But it was mostly, like I said, just like work stuff was okay. I did get like a weird IM like right as I had logged off. Cause I just like put my IM thing as like I'm away, like I'm offline, but my like stuff was still on. I was just finishing a few things. And I just got this like, I don't know, just felt like a really condescending IM, and it just instantly put me in a bad mood. And I just sort of was real snarky in my reply back. Turned off my laptop. And then, yeah, I was like, well, that's fucking great. I let someone ruin my day. Ruin my evening. So I was kind of kicking myself about that. It's like, god dang it. Why did I do that? But it's alright. It's okay. Okay. I think that's enough good little ripples in the dress there. I think I'll do tree rings now. You're awesome and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I tell everyone else that, but heaven forbid I tell myself that. Yeah, I know. It just like, it's kind of like ended up how I felt at like the reason I'm wearing a hoodie and it's hot. But I was like, you know what? I feel most comfortable and strangely the prettiest when I'm in a hoodie. I don't like doing it. Gotcha. So I put on, touched up my makeup, put on some fake lashes, fixed my hair a little bit, and then I was like, I'm gonna put on a hoodie and just feel cozy and comfy. And that definitely helped, kind of getting out of like work clothes. I don't know if I explained. So like I dress as if I'm like going to work. I'm wearing a hoodie, fleece, trouser, scarf. I'm just freezing today. Yeah, it's been hot here. But so I have found that whenever I get myself up early and like I put on like clothes as if I'm going to an office job, like it helps set the tone for the kids. They're like, oh well, mom's putting, like, I feel like mom's putting effort into the day. Even if she doesn't want to log in, she's putting in the effort. I might as well. And it seems to work like 90% of the time of me doing that. So yeah. And it definitely helped with like working from home, because I was definitely going through a pretty big bout of depression for a while, like when I first started working from home and like when the kids were doing distant learning. Oh, man. So, but yeah, it's just, I think I'm I think I'm about to be going through like a midlife crisis. So I'm trying to like keep that like under control, or some sort of crisis since my birthday, since I've been turning 40 this year, So, well, there's office jobs and there's office jobs. Back in London on the night shift, we had some people pretty much showing up in jammies. I love that though. Like, That's fantastic. I wish I had like, for me, the like to be able to do that. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna show up to work in my jammies. But I don't know. I've just got like so ingrained in me to like, at least like, I don't know. I'm trying to like describe it. I have a rule in my office: casual Fridays, and yes, I wear band t-shirts. Hell yeah. No, Fridays work from home. I allow myself to wear leggings and like, yeah, just to be a little bit more like casual Friday. So, but generally during the week, I wear like a nice shirt and jeans. So I can't go further than the mailbox and jammies. Same. Yeah, it's just like, yeah. I mean, good for those who have the confidence to do so. Yeah, I don't know. Me dressing up is replacing the jammy trousers with jeans. That's about it. Yeah, during the weekend, I am generally, very like no makeup. My hair is still in a high bun, which is so funny because I complain like, oh, I cut my hair short, and I'm like, I wish my hair was long, and then now my hair is long, and it's like always up. Um, but yeah, usually the weekends it's like hair up, no makeup, leggings, and a t-shirt, running around, doing things. Now, if we're going somewhere, like if I know we're going somewhere, then I'll put some effort in. Generally, like whenever we go over to my mom and dad's house, I do put on makeup. Like I mostly do that. Like kind of do like a very like I look very nice. Just kind of do it for my parents. Make it feel like going and seeing them is a special event, especially with my mom. So I try and make her feel, oh man, I am being very intricate with these lines and this tree. This is gonna take the longest. What have I committed myself to? Committed myself to making this look good. That's what I've committed myself to. That's what that is. It's gonna look cool. It's gonna look nice at the end of it. It's just gonna be a lot. Yeah, so generally, even if I'm wearing like this, like hoodie, leggings, sandals, sneakers, boots, super casual clothes, I will still do a full face of makeup. Sometimes I'll do lashes if I'm feeling fancy. But because it's just something like I do, like I said, for my mom. It's just to show her, like, I don't know, just makes her feel like, oh, my daughter got all, like, ooh, up for me. So I wear a touch of makeup on stream. Other than that, I rarely do. Too much effort for a result that doesn't seem worth the time spent on it. For me, like, I really enjoy the process of putting on makeup. I don't know. I view makeup as just like another outlet for my creativity. Like looking at like color theory and that whole bit, that's for me. So But I get it. Like, my sister doesn't wear makeup. She's like, both my sisters, of course, they're very, they're beautiful. Like, but like my one sister wears makeup, the other one doesn't. And she's that way. She's like, listen, if I put on makeup, I'm putting on mascara, maybe a little bit of lip gloss, and that's about it. Which is fine. But I just didn't, I don't know. It was that makeup was one of the things that helped me sort of pull out of, when I had my daughter, sort of getting back into makeup helped sort of like pull me out of like postpartum. So being half face blind makes it really hard to get your face looking and not being used to it. I tend to smudge it all over the place. Listen, I still do that. I will be sitting there and I'll just start like rubbing my eye and I'm like, oh no. And I just a smudgy mess. And I'm just like, well, good thing I'm home. Oh. I'm liking how this is looking. This is satisfying to me. It's very pleasing to mine eyeballs. But it's so big, like, so big. Hey, Lord of Crowns, hello, my friend. How the heck are you? I'm just better at drawing on stuff that isn't a face, so I'm sticking with that. Hey, that is fair. Listen, here's a little. I'm gonna tell you something. I cannot do makeup on I can't do makeup on other people. Like, kudos to those who can. I, alas, cannot. And my sister, I mentioned this before. My sisters are twins. My sister, D, she's always like, oh, I've got this event, do my makeup. And I'm like, I am Looking terrible. Why are you asking me to do this? Good, and you've been lurking while taking a while, but taking a break. Hey, I appreciate the lurk. Thank you so much. Doing all right. We are, we're here working on starting Famine, and currently we're working on Famine's tree. Kind of getting the bark and everything etched in. I really like how this is looking. Looks cool. Satisfying. I've never tried. Yeah. Yep. My sister's funny. She's always like, oh, we have this event. We have this thing we gotta go to. Can you do my makeup? And I'm like, I guess. I mean, it turns out looking okay. But I don't know. She's like, well, I've had my makeup done by, like, a makeup artist before in the past. And she's like, honestly, I feel more comfortable with you doing it. It looks better. And I was like, I feel like you're pumping me up because I'm your sister here. Your big sister, but okay. Yeah. I think, like, some of the... It's always interesting because, some of the, like, greatest makeup artists who do, like, these beautiful, either, like, very beautiful simple looks or these, like, mind-blowing editorial looks, generally don't do makeup on themselves. Like, generally they just, they'll do makeup on themselves, of course, but it's nothing like, maybe what you would see on, like, Instagram stuff. They just kind of do their thing and be fabulous, putting makeup on other people, and then they just, like, live their lives normally, Got a piece of ice. Okay. So, all right, so I see this is going to take up most of the, just a little bit longer. Get that. I draw a load of stuff, but I'm generally too lazy to put anything up on a wall. I think it's just because you draw, you plaster your walls with stuff. Yeah. Like, I have, just so that way I know, like, they're somewhere safe. I do have, like, my paintings up. Like, I have Moth Lady here. Just because, like, I'll just put her here. But, yeah, I got, like, Girl Kiddo has one of my paintings in her room, and then I have them up on the wall, like, in my office, but it's just because, like, well, where am I supposed to put these? Will wants to, like, put them out in the living room. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, like, people are probably would be like, this is really weird, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. He loves them, but I'm just like, we're good here. It's one thing to put it up in, like, where my desk is in our room, so that way I know they're up off the floor. It's another thing to be like, yeah, let's share these with those. Let's put these out for everyone to see. But yeah. You're like, no, I don't just have stuff plastered all over the walls. Oh. I have an orange cat named Sunshine over here. Being a silly cat. What are you doing? What are you doing? You just want attention, but you don't want me to hold you. FL Studio crash on export. Thank you. Autosave. Oh, that's the worst one. You're like, for myself, 15 prints of, like, NASA retro style holiday poster things. Never put up a single one. My walls have had absolutely nothing else. Because just, yeah. Yeah, same. Like, I want to put stuff up, like, on the walls in here, but it's like, do I really look at the walls, though? Yeah, I love an autosave. When things crash for me at work and they don't autosave, I get sad because then I can't go back to, like, what I was working on. It makes me very sad. Like, no. I got my dad 3 canvas prints of the OG Star Wars trilogy. He hung up 2 and never hung up the 3rd one. You're like, come on, man, get it together. I mean, listen, I can't say anything. I'm terrible about putting up photos and stuff like that. I am the worst at it. I'm like, well, oops-a-doodles. Oh no, you're like, please don't crash. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is the worst. That's 15 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that way if I'm doing any writing, I'm just like, if something crashes and then like I'm like, oh, autosave will catch it. Autosave never catches it. And I'm like, I don't remember what I wrote because it was so brilliant. And alas, I have to start all over again and be sad. Yeah, exactly. No, I feel that. I feel that for sure. Where you're like, inspiration. And you get up and you try and like type it out or scribble it out. Hope for the best. Inspiration hits me at the weirdest times as well. Generally, it's like I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, "Oh, this is a great idea," and then like I have to like, can I write it down somewhere? Thankfully, my employer has not blocked Google Docs, so I can still have access to Google Docs. So if I get an idea while I'm working, I can pull up Google Docs and like just jot it out real quick. Or when you just about to get to bed. Exactly. You're like, well, fuck. I got this cool idea. I gotta like write it down. Gosh darn it. I said this before, but my employer blocked Twitch on my work laptop, and so now I'm like, oh no. So I have to have like my personal laptop up if I want to watch Twitch. So rather than on mobile, because it's not very good on mobile. Most recently, I was trying to chip away at a long writing. I gave up. Just the computer down, got ready for bed. You're like, I got an idea. And you're like, yeah. No, that's fair. That's the story of my life. Like, why do all the good ideas come right as I'm going to bed? Very satisfying. The best writing in the world is done with one eye blurrily open as you hammer it into a Google Doc. Yeah, no. I'll agree. I've come up with some of some of my best stories are written where I'm like, bits of stories are where I'm like falling asleep at the keyboard. And then like I like the next morning I go back and yeah, there are typos and stuff and but I'm like, I am brilliant half asleep. Alright. Can I get the top part of this tree done? Mood. It really is. It's like it's a mood. Okay. Trying to decide if I want to get the top part of this tree done tonight. If I just want to hammer that out. Yeah, we'll just knock it out real quick. And we'll knock it out real quick. At least you guys can write down the words you're thinking of. Trying to stay awake with quarter eye open and trying to figure out how to write down that crazy drawing idea. Yeah. Like, yes. Sometimes it's luck. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it's like, you know what? I'll hold it in my brain cavity. My gray matter will hold on to it, retain the information because it is so brilliant. And then like you wake up the next morning and you're like, oh my god, the idea went away. That happens to me quite a bit. Like, okay, cool. I've had to train my brain to basically take a screenshot before I fall asleep, and my ADHD to not clear the RAM while I sleep. Dude, it works 2 out of 10 times. You're like, you know what? It works some of the time. Oh no. You're like, oh no, oh no. Oh no, you're like, I listen. Oh god. Like, I have such a brilliant idea. Oh wait. That's funny. Sometimes that's so sometimes you're like, have I, like, I've thought of this before, right? Like, yeah, no, maybe, possibly. Ooh, this is a lot of line work. I'm just sitting like, can I get this done tonight, or do I need to put it? What do you think, Sunshine? Oh my gosh, she just like leaped up at me to try and like get me to pet her. Come here. Come here. Hey. What are you doing, girly? My cat does not like being held, but she wants me to love on her all the time. But I was like, but I can love you better if you let me hold you. She's like, human? Absolutely not. Hey, call me little sunshine. Call me Mephistopheles. What is it, baby girl? She's meowing at me. She's yelling at me now. Meow. Oh my goodness. You want what? Meow. Well, come here. Come here. No, come here. Oh my god, why do you do this? Ugh. She's like, I'm like, come here. She wants me to love on her. She's being so cute right now. don't know if you can see her. Don't look at my legs. What are you doing? Yeah, you. What is it? Sunshine. What are you doing? Oh. What are you doing? Yeah, she does this. Like, she gets, like, right out of reach. What are you doing? Oh, silly cat. She's a silly cat. There we go. Yeah. She's like, just pet, be human. Give me love, please, human. Few more lines. Yeah, like I do that and she'll like arch her back, but yeah, she'll like get just out of reach when I'm doing something and like be all cute, like rub my belly, and I'm like, you are out of reach and I am trying to do something here. What are we doing? What is going on? Please tell me. Even walking up to her. Yeah, it drives Will a little bit crazy how Sunshine will just be like, nope, goodbye. Like, will like ask for like attention and then like walk away and you're like, ma, cat. I'm like, listen, I don't know what to tell you. It's just being her. She zoomed up. She's sitting on the arm of the couch now. She's no longer down here. She's got zoomies, I think. Hey, thank you guys, my matey Skywags friends, for hanging out with me this evening. I really appreciate it. Y'all are pretty awesome. I don't know what she found over there, but she found something to keep herself entertained. seeing what the cato is doing. Oh, man, we're like almost done with this, but I am getting very tired and I do have to still get up in the morning. Oh, what do we do? And then, like, I'm off to Lurkland and bed. Hey, you know what? Thank you so much for coming by, Plastic Kitten. My heart is always full and happy when you are able to swing by and say hello. I feel that way about all of my EU friends. Whenever they come by and say hello, it makes me happy. And yes, this is actually about 3 to 4 hours earlier than the past few days. I'm glad to hear that. Grabbing my last beer here. You know what? We'll ride it out into the sunset with your last beer then, Replica. Oh. Thank you so much. Get some rest. Get some sleep. You do the sunset thing. I'll do the sunrise thing. Oh, yes. Oh, good night, mate. Good night. Good night. Good night. At least we are almost done with the week. You know? Almost through it. Almost there. Definitely the reset I needed this evening. So hopefully you were able to just, you know, vibe and forget about, man, I have terrible posture. Ugh. Just to vibe and, you know, forget about tomorrow for a little bit. Whatever obligations are on the other side of the day. Hopefully you were able to unwind. There's a good word. Unwind. Hey, baby girl. What are you doing? What are you doing, Sunshine Cat? Meow. Meow. Oh, there you are. Meow. We're almost done with the tree. Huzzah. I think Famine is gonna be, this one's gonna take a while, you know. Which I'm okay with. They've all taken a while. I think art streams are like about the journey, the creation process. You know. My cat. There's a party of 7 deer in the backyard. Should I offer them a beer? Listen, it'd be the polite thing to do. No. Yeah, no, we had a skunk in our backyard last night. Yeah, that was fun. I downloaded the video and I sent it to my family group chat, and they were all like, "Eh." I'm like, well, he didn't spray. It's a neighborhood skunk. I was like, yeah, he was pretty chill. He was just minding his own business. I mean, I don't know how he managed to get into the backyard, but... Some mysteries aren't meant to be known, I suppose. I don't see much skunk anymore. I think, good, you're three then. Oof. No. I live in the city. I am a city girl. And but the neighborhood has like a kind of like an open expanse green belt in the back. So we get skunks, you know, for sure. Lots of squirrels, but yeah. Hey, ahoy, Emu! How are you, my friend? Holy crap! How are you? How are you? How is Lady? I'm doing well. How are you? I was doing good, and then I wasn't doing so good, but now I'm doing pretty good. The ups and downs, you know. I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. We're just working on trying to get through this bit that I decided needed to be done this evening before I ended stream, you know. For whatever reason. My brain was like, nah, keep going. You see the picture of the groundhog I found behind my grill and trays? No, I haven't. I'll have to go. I'll go look for it. I did find a praying mantis at my when I was dropping my son off at school. There was a praying mantis on the handrail, and so when I dropped him off, that was yesterday, and then today, like when we were walking up, he's like, "Any more interesting bugs?" I was like, "I don't see any, little guy." Mantis are one of my favorite bugs. It was really neat. It was like weirdly like, it felt weird that it was there. We're like, how did you Like, my son was like, oh, cool, a grasshopper. I was like, well, let me see. And then I was like, no. But he thought it was really cool. He was like, oh, that's so neat. She flew there, duh. He's been so sweet, my boy kiddo. Extra sweet lately. He told me yesterday, he's like, Mom, I'm so glad you're my mom. I was like, yeah. I was like, well, I'm glad I'm your mom too. He's like, you just make me so happy. And you just show me joy in the world. You just bring like so much joy, you know? And I was like, why is my heart feeling so squishy? Yeah, it's like she flew there. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that praying mantises could fly. Dude, my son's voice cracked yesterday, and I was like, oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Neither must taller than mom. Yeah, both. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Most definitely, when girl kiddo starts 7th grade, she will will definitely be taller than me. But yeah, my son comes up right to about right here to my chest. So I'm 5'5". So, you know, my daughter is like right there. Yeah, like a grown man would give out himself. No, you're like, why are my babies growing up? Yeah, no, I get that. I feel that way about definitely about my daughter. Where I'm just like, God damn. Why are you almost a teenager? Oh, right, yeah. And I think part of it, like, is sort of, a lot of it has to do with, like, her decision making and sort of making these choices, and for the most part, like, sort of recognizing and know, like she's starting to sort of like know herself and sort of all that kind of bit. Oh my god. Like, she went from playing the viola, so she's like, Mom, I don't want to play viola anymore. I said, that's fine. What do you want to play? She's like, bass. And I was like, okay. So I had to go like exchange her viola for a bass, so she has a bass to practice at home with. And then yeah. And then so when I told her that, I was like, okay, fine, we'll do this, you know, if this is what you want to do, fine. She's like, yeah. She's like, and I've told this story, so I'm sorry if this is a repeat for some, but she's like, yeah, and then maybe next year I can get like bass guitar lessons, and that way I will know how to play bass guitar and a stand-up bass, so I can be in a jazz band. Like, that was her, like, and I'm just like, I cannot argue with like your processes here. Not an easy instrument to learn, my hat's off. Yeah, she really enjoys it. I think for her, she said viola was like awkward for her to play. And I guess they gave them the opportunity to try another instrument, because she played viola in 5th grade. And she was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do orchestra. I was like, well, let's just try. Let's give it like a real shot, you know. Let's give it one try in middle school. You'll be in 6th grade, and then if you don't want to do it next year, we don't have to do it. And I guess they gave her the opportunity to like try a bass, like show her the instrument and everything. And she's like, this is what I want to do. And I said, okay. So yeah, she really enjoys it. Orchestra's like her favorite thing so far. That and home ec. So we did it. We drew Famine, and we drew Famine's tree. Always satisfying when I can get the ink and the tree done. What does she play? Oh, she plays, so she went from playing viola to playing bass. So she's very much into that right now. And she kind of impressed via like a stand-up bass. An orchestra bass. Yeah. But she did mention she wants to learn how to play bass guitar. So that way, no, not a cello, but an actual stand-up orchestra bass, like the big ones. That's what she's playing now. So, but she impressed the guy at the music store, at the music shop, because he's like, well, he's like, I don't know if you might not know what kind of bow you need or what, but and she's like, no, I need a German style bow. And he's like, let me go get you one. Because I guess what he had packed in there was a French style bow, and there's a difference, and she was explaining it, and I was like, yeah. That's why I switched from sax to piano, prefer jazz on sax, and was forced to play orchestra 100% of the time. Yeah. Yeah. So I try and keep options open. It's like, hey, if you want to try this, we can try it. And then if you don't like it, like, we have to give it like a solid try. You can't be like, try it for like a month and be like, this sucks. It's like, well, you got to give it a try. You're new at something. You are a noob. And we are all noobs at some point in our life when we do new things. So yeah, so far she's enjoying it. So yay. Okay, so I think this is a solid place to stop. Just because we still have quite a lot to do. Get wrecked. Boop. All right. Listen. Yeah, I was in band when I was in middle school and high school. I played clarinet. The clarinet goes doodle 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 that. Fuck, what's that from? That's from something. I just remember that. So, okay, cool. I think we made, listen, this doesn't look like a lot of progress, but it definitely is. Maybe I can get this camera up here working the way I want it to. There we go. It's quite big. Cool. So, plans, next stages for this. Looks like a lot of progress. Yeah. I could honestly just stay up and continue working on this, but at some point, like, I have to, like, go. But yeah, I am satisfied.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen. So it would seem.
Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Is it Lexrek? Lexrek? Please let me know how to pronounce your name if you wish. Thank you for the follow. But next thing for this. So we did the tree, we did Famine, Now we have to sort of work on the background area. So we'll probably tackle the grapes, the vineyards bit of it, and for sure. So probably lay down the background, but this will definitely, just like the tree, this will take a lot of time here because there are going to be more grapes on this. But we'll have, like, in the vicinity of Famine, we'll have like withered plant life, you know, and then sort of more healthy looking plants, you know, over on this side. So that's the plan for sure. Next time, that'll be for Sunday. That's Sunday stream, because on Sundays and Wednesdays we art, and then on Fridays we do Final Fantasy Fridays, and so we'll do that. Hello, my dear. Hi. Meow. She's like screaming at me. And so yeah, it'll be a good time. I like the progress so far. And then of course, like, when we get all that done, yeah, we'll all the others will get met. Oh no, that's Krampus. I feel like I shouldn't do another Krampus. Sorry, I just pulled this out of the back of this. I always like remember, like, oh yeah, I drew a Krampus. So this, I should make these into Christmas cards. I should take this image, make it into a Christmas card. This is my Christmas card this year. I don't send out Christmas cards generally, but I'm gonna make that into a Christmas card, and I'm gonna send out Krampus cards. So yeah, so we have Famine started. We have Pestilence, War, and Death. So yeah, and then we'll have yeah, Famine definitely is the smallest of the bunch, but I think there's a lot more going on with Famine in her little vignette. So good place to stop. Boop, hello. So Moth Lady back behind me. Okay. So went through what we're gonna work on. Final Fantasy Friday. I may make like a command or something for Moobot. Final Fantasy food and drink stream, cosplay stream is October 14th. It'd be my birthday, so it'll be a bit of a celebration. I think I have nailed down we are going to make the cheese souffle from the cookbook, from the official cookbook, Final Fantasy 14 cookbook. And we'll make a cocktail to go with it. But if you guys want to see something else, let me know. I don't think I have anything else lined up. I think those are that's the big thing that I need to work on. So, yes, I got the official Final Fantasy 14 cookbook for Christmas. It makes my heart so happy, and the recipes are very good. The author, Victoria Rosenthal, she's actually on Twitch, Pixelated Vika. She does food and drink streams and does all that stuff. She's got she did one for Street Fighter and a couple others. She has a new one coming out. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. So figured it'd be just a fun way to celebrate my birthday and do something fun for the community. Oh, it ain't in here. I was thinking that you fell asleep. Matey, let me get the timer on the clock here. Get your pirate D's in the chat, me friends. Scallywags, mateys, we got talking like a pirate for the last 2 minutes of stream. I am always grateful when all ye stopped by and said hello. Though I did not have a clap of thunder this evening, we did have water. But we shared a drink together, and we shared time together. And that be the most important thing, is that we were together, and we sailed the seas of our imagination. Aye, indeed. Yeah, let's go with that. 'Tis always an honor and a pleasure, and I am always humbled. Thank ye again for the sub replica, and I know me friend Stephen, Heathen of the South, has gone to bed, but if he watches this back, but I'll text him. Thank you for the resub. And thank you all for hanging out with me this evening. It is again, like I said, makes me heart full that I am able to be here and we can hang out together. This be a place for vibes, for the chill vibes, good chill vibes only, because the world is messy. But here we can just escape for a bit and we can hang out, have a couple drinks, whatever that drink of choice may be, have a conversation and enjoy each other's company. So again, I thank ye, like always. Cheers, me mateys, scallywags, and friends. Alright, if you're wondering if I am in fact killing time with drinking the water, I was in fact killing the time. 2 minutes in this pirate voice feels very long. Can ye believe I used to do this for 5 minutes straight? Can you believe it? Indeed. 3, 2, 1. Timer's up. Indeed. It's again. I feel very strange when Talk Like a Pirate does not pop up at the end of stream. It's either you or Yoshi eats cookies. And sometimes Yoshi's like, I got you. So, but yeah, no, thank you, Replica, for coming by. I'm glad you did. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for the sub, and thanks for hanging out. My streams are very chill, low key, because they're at the end of the day, and I figure that's what some people want, just a place to just chill. So, 'tis late. I know I keep saying, like, promising we will raid out at some point, but I'm just tired. So, and I'm not even too sure who all is on, so I think I'll probably just let the winds take you where they need to go. I know for me that is to take off my makeup and to go to bed. So, I'll be back on Friday. But like like I always do, if no one's told you this today, hey, I am so proud of you. We showed up, we did what needed to be done, whether it was easy or hard. We managed it and we made it through to the end of the day. You are loved, you are valued, you're allowed to hold space. Don't let anyone ever tell you fucking differently. And make sure that you do something kind for yourself before you head off to bed or wherever you gotta go. Do something nice for yourself. And then finally, if you are ever given an opportunity to be a pirate, always be a pirate. Live wild, live free, and be forever untamable, my friends. I bid you good night. I will see you on Friday. Say hi to me over on the interwebs. You know, just say hi. All right. Thank you so much and have a fantastic rest of your evening. Yeah. Actually, hold on. I think Ray's on. Do we want to go say hi to Ray? I just saw, like, I was looking at my phone and I was like, boop, boop, boop. Arian's always like, bye, I'm out of here. See you later, Gator. Yeah, let's go say, yeah, are you guys okay? Yeah, let's go say that. Let's go. He's playing COD, you know? Yeah. Listen, I know what I said, but let's go say hi to Ray, you know? I think that'll be fun. I know he's definitely, his streams have been a little bit later. I know he's got quite a bit going on, so I don't know. I think he might like a raid from us. So yeah, let's go do that. Let's let me get this all taken care of here. I gotta do the thing I'm not very good at. Okay. All right, now for real. Let's go to raid. We're gonna go say hi to Ray. Go say hi to our friend, our favorite guy, Ray Martinet. All right, yeah, he's playing Call of Duty. I know nothing about Call of Duty, but I like Ray, and so that's all that matters. So let's go say hi. All right, for real this time. For real, we're gonna go raid Ray. All right, for real, let's go.